Welcome to Around the Peninsula. I'm Senior Airman Taylor West. As the weather gets hotter at OSAN Air Base, the 51st Force Support Squadron thought of a way to stay cool. Air Force Staff Sergeant Darren Murphy takes us to FSS Rock the Block Party.
As summer rolls around, it's the perfect time to kick off some block parties. OSAN Air Base held its first ever Rock the Block Party hosted by the 51st Force Support Squadron.
We are having an amazing time at the FSS Rock the Block. We've got bouncy castles, it's fun, we got great food, family events, great music. We are having the best time.
With plenty of vendors from all over the base and live music keeping everything rocking through the event, the Rock the Block Party was an overall success.
Oh man, it's a relief for it to finally come together. So I'm glad to see that a lot of people are coming out, enjoying the event. I look to see a lot more people to come out, definitely.
Air Force Staff Sergeant Darren Murphy, OSAN Air Base, Korea.
The 51st Force Support Squadron provides morale events throughout the year. When indirect fire strikes across the airstrip of Gwangju Air Base, Korea, and leaves holes and craters to be filled in, the Republic of Korea, or ROK, and the United States Air Force respond. Specialist Stephen Solomon shows us how they prepare for this type of situation.
Incoming from Gwangju Air Base. It's an exercise designed to test the reaction and communication between U.S. troops and ROKAF as they work together to complete the task of filling in craters along the airstrip.
So the point of the exercise today is for U.S. and ROK forces to learn each other's ADR process. Today is ROK-led, so we have our U.S. forces kind of picking up on their exercise process, and tomorrow we will have the U.S. lead so we can get some interoperability and, you know, build that long-term relationship. Hopefully we can take from this and make it better next year, right? That's the point, long-term partnership.
That's right. I am Specialist Stephen Solomon, OSAN Air Base, Korea.
It doesn't sound like there are any holes in this plan to build our relation with our ROKAF counterparts for a better future and a better military across the globe. Spring tradition on USAG Yongsan continues over the Memorial Weekend with the 26th Annual Softball Pac-Wide Tournament. Army Sergeant Ricky Perez checks out the action that has the teams from the whole Pacific.
Once the grass turns green and the days become longer, teams across the Pacific battle it out for King of the Mound. In true Memorial Day tradition, teams test their endurance in a softball tournament.
The 26th Annual Pac-Wide Tournament here in Korea features teams from the whole peninsula, even from Japan and China. There's men's and women's divisions, the competition is fierce, and as you can see, the weather's beautiful. Can't ask for a better time.
We got people coming from all over the world. Now, this started as a Pacific-wide tournament, but now we got teams coming in from the U.S., teams coming in from Europe, teams coming in from China, Taiwan, Japan. Year after year, we get new people coming, want to participate in this event.
They hit, run, and dive in an effort to lead their team to victory. Although the players are all amateurs with varying skill sets, their fighting spirit and dedication to their team's success matches those of pro athletes. This tournament also serves as a positive influence to the community around the Pacific.
Family atmosphere and generate a lot of income for the community. It's just good camaraderie. It's good.
Army Sergeant Ricky Perez, Yongsan, Korea.
The team from Okinawa, Japan and Korea won the men's and women's tournament. Getting to work every day might not be easy, especially if you don't have a car. Army Sergeant Ryan Sharp introduces someone who has been helping people with their commute.
It's pretty easy to get on a bus and go wherever you need to be on base. The buses here on Yongsan Garrison are ran by dedicated drivers like Lee Young-jae, who has been driving on base for many years.
I've been driving on base for 21 years. I drive the post run, K-16 shuttles, and sometimes a school bus as well. Driving on base is very different from driving outside. Although you drive slow, you have to constantly watch for other cars and stop at every stop sign.
Drivers like Lee help service members travel in comfort.
I am here to help you get around. I strive to provide a safe trip, so I want you to help us as well. Please avoid eating or drinking on the buses, and if you must, don't leave the trash behind. Thank you.
Army Sergeant Ryan Sharp, Yongsan, Korea.
41 post-run shuttles are operated during weekdays and 25 during weekends and holidays. Sometimes referred to as the Forgotten War, the Korean War will never be forgotten by those who fought in it. Staff Sergeant Darren Murphy recently took a trip to OSAN City, where U.S. and Republic of Korea service members are doing what they can to make sure that one of the battles there will never be forgotten.
July 5th, 1950, the first time U.S. and Republic of Korea ground forces joined to combat North Korean aggressors. When the smoke cleared and the Battle of Osan was over, 150 American soldiers were either killed, wounded, or listed as missing in action. U.S. Army Garrison Humphreys commander Colonel Joseph Holland joined allies from the Republic of Korea to make sure those brave soldiers would continue to be remembered.
It is truly a memorable event to have our soldiers here today with us to help commemorate the losses of our Korean and U.S. soldiers here in this battlefield nearly 66 years ago.
Air Force Staff Sergeant Darren Murphy, Osan, Korea.
The Battle of Osan was the battle in which Private Kenneth R. Shadrick was killed. He would later be reported as the first American killed in the Korean War. How we talk says a lot about us as a person. Army Sergeant Ryan Sharp tells us how the Seoul American Elementary School helps children speak for their future.
Very good.
A few words can change the world. Seoul American Elementary School provides speech therapy for children to learn basic language skills. For speech and language pathologist Kimberly Zanders, this class means a lot about living with other people.
Communication is vital because that's how you make your wants and needs known in this world. That is how you make your feelings known to other people. So speech therapy services are vital to a person if they have a speech impairment.
After the school screens the children and determines if they are eligible for therapy service, pathologists develop an individual education plan for each child. Then children receive services based on their goals and needs.
If you are able to communicate, that opens up your whole world. It's going to open up doors for you, not just in education, it'll open up doors for you in your career, hopefully in the future for you.
Army Sergeant Ryan Sharp, Yongsan, Korea.
Seoul American Elementary School also has a program to screen language-related difficulties for children before they go to kindergarten. There's a place in the heart of Seoul that houses 600 years of history within the Republic of Korea.
Since the very first sunrise in the land of morning calm in 1395, Gyeongbokgung has stood still in spite of frequent invasions. The key is in its name, which means the palace greatly blessed by heaven. After entering Kwanghwa Moon, the main gate, you will realize how powerful the king was 600 years ago.
The insides and the colours that are used, like the designs of the buildings are really good and make it stand out differently.
If you wear a hanbok, the Korean traditional attire, you can enter the palace free of charge. It doesn't matter if you speak Korean or not, because English guided tours are provided 3 times a day. Also, don't miss out on the beautiful ponds, variety of ceremonies, and cultural properties. Army Sergeant Ryan Sharp, Seoul, Korea.
Gyeongbok Palace has been rebuilt 3 times, twice due to fires and 1 invasion. That was your Around the Peninsula for this week. To see these stories and others, go to the AFN Pacific website or view them through the AFN Pacific app. From all of us at AFN, enjoy your evening.
You know what happens when 3 service members walk into the airport without a leave form? Denied! This guy knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, right there. Oh, I got another one for you. So why didn't the chicken cross the road? Because he forgot his leave pass!
Is he professional? All I know is I'm gonna make sure I have my leave form.